back again. I need to move this car about, yeah, it's about 75 feet. But it has no brakes. It has no ignition key to shut it off. The only way I can shut it off is with the battery of either disconnecting the coil wire or disconnecting the battery from it to shut it off. And the reason why the brakes don't work is somebody put all new front end pieces and they didn't do that awesome of a job. As you can see, like the top of the shocks just finger tightened on, and they didn't hook up the brake lines. They're just kind of hanging out down there, and I don't really want to fix it on this muddy dirt because we're in the rainy part of the year. So I'm gonna have somebody record this, so if I can't stop it, it'll be my demise and you guys can all witness it for yourself. Wow, if that wasn't one of the most scary things I've ever had happen to me in my life. I didn't compensate for the gradient of the ground, and it goes a little bit downhill, so when I got it thrown into reverse with no brakes and no way of shutting it off, my foot wasn't good enough dragging out the door. I about hit the house. But I stopped it about 2 foot from the house by throwing it in the park. If you saw earlier, I'm going to upload that clip. The car wouldn't move at all, and that was because it was low on transmission fluid. How it got low on transmission fluid when it set is beyond me. Probably pan gasket maybe, but that's irrelevant. I put transmission fluid in it, it was moving. I got somebody to come out here and record me backing up and about hit the house. Anyways, hope you get a little bit of a laugh out of that. Well, I got the wheel off, as you can see, and look at this drum. It looks like it's never been, there's no raised lip used at all, and most of these components look like they've just set for 10 plus years since this thing was last moved. So they're like brand new, and you can tell the suspension components have been replaced because they're black. They wouldn't look like this on a 73, not in my part of the country. But a lot of this stuff's weird. Like this was just finger tightened, this bump stop was just finger tightened. The bolts are missing at the bottom of the shock, just completely gone. And when they put new parts on, they must have not connect this. Like I said, there was no brakes on this thing, and this was the reason why. I got two options when it comes to this. I could try removing the rubber line, which this is going to break, and I'm going to replace the brake lines all eventually anyways, but I'd like to just do some testing and tuning on this with the existing brake lines, but I guarantee you this will break. Or the other option is to loosen all the springs and take everything down, and then I can take this and push it through the hole in the back, and that'll give me enough slack to spin the wheel cylinder on to this and tighten it up, and then shove it back through, then lock the wheel cylinder down. That's the route I'm going to do on both sides, because both sides are like this. And then hopefully I have brakes. There's fluid coming out of them. When I was pumping it profusely to try to get it to slow down in the slightest, and the backs don't, there's no fluid leaking underneath it, so they must be connected. And the back's full, the front was half full until I took off the lid and it all started running out. But yeah. Did you wear boots today? The high beams are the only thing that seem to work, and they have like a weird issue. They're really super dim. This one isn't awful, but it's still dim. And this one, you can barely even see it's on. And it'll only work if it's set on high beam and in this dim fashion.